welcome to the video. So it's Friday night right now and I'm about to get into the charts. So what time is it? It's currently 9:15. I don't have a set time that I do this. Literally jump on charts just before market close, usually a couple of hours before, and then just do my thing. So the reason I wanted to split this into a few different parts of the weekend video, I could have made a big one, but you know, it's quite a process. It takes its time. You know, there's an efficient way to do this, which is what I do. But at the same time, I want to split this into parts. It's easier to watch, and I just think it's the best way forward. So there's a very simple and efficient way to do the weekend prep, and there's a very overcomplicated way. So I want to bring into the video what I've learned so far and just show you how I do it right now. This is going to change, obviously. It's going to completely change. It's always going to change. It's always going to evolve. There's never a set way to do things. I'm always learning, I'm always evolving, and I love that and embrace that. But yeah, let's get straight into the video. Right now is obviously Friday night. I'm going to talk you through the process. Pretty simple. It's literally going to take me probably half an hour, 40 minutes max. And then tomorrow is a lot longer because I'm going to be preparing for trades, taking the watch list filtering process to a different level, making sure I've got everything prepped for the week ahead, and then going into Sunday, which will be on next video. So it's going to be good. But yeah, I'm going to go through the watch list right now. I'm going to talk you through what I actually do, and then you'll see the process. So let's get into that right now. So let's jump into TradingView and have a look at the watch list. So before we do get into the main aspect of the video, I saw a few comments in the last video asking how I put together these red symbols here. So it's pretty simple. The reason it's showing up in red is because TradingView sees it as invalid because it's not a valid pair. So what you basically do, say you want to have, I'm trying to do this with my right hand, hang on, give me a sec. Say if you want to have watch list, right? So you tap in watch list on the main bar, it shows up as no symbols because it isn't a symbol. All you basically do is you press enter on the keyboard and it's going to show up there for you in red. So it's just a simple way. It's not doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just a simple way to separate out the watch list, and it definitely keeps things organized and just more efficient. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that you'll notice I have two watch lists here. So I currently experimented a lot with this over the last few weeks. I've been really digging into the things I was doing before, why I was doing certain things, is there a more efficient way of doing things, and how can I optimize that going forward. So I'll keep you up to date with that because I'm still going through that, still experimenting on a few different things. But as you can see, this was my main watch list for the week ahead, and this was my secondary watch list. So the first thing I'm going to do is just delete these. So just get rid of the entirety of these, don't need them anymore. And then I've cleared out all these. So I've literally got Forex, indices, and then final watch list as well. So what I'm going to do right now, as you can see on Forex, I've got rid of a lot of pairs as well. I've noticed that pairs like dollar Swiss, pairs like Aussie Kiwi, pairs like that, I rarely trade, if not pairs like dollar Swiss, pairs like Aussie Kiwi, pairs like pound Swiss, these typical pairs that I never trade, and have never really traded, but for some reason they were on my watch list. So all I've done basically is just get rid of them because I'd rather have a narrow and tight watch list, at least that gives me, have some variation in them because I still think that's important, but not have it, so many pairs that I don't need to have basically. So I've cleared that out, still in the process, might get rid of a few more, but at this point I think I've got around probably 15 to 18, so it's pretty optimal for me. But yeah, what I'm going to literally do right now is go through every single one of these pairs, analyze them from a high time frame point of view down to the low time frames, see what's going to likely form for next week. Any that's going to form, all I'm going to do is flag it, literally flag it. So how you do that on TradingView, once again, if you have a different platform, I'm not sure how it works, but with this on TradingView, say for example, I like the looks of Eurodollar for the week ahead. There's a little flag icon next to that on TradingView. All I'm going to do is press that, and then you can highlight a color. So usually just have them red. If there's any pairs that could go on the secondary watch list, I'll just put that in orange, that may need a little bit longer to develop or may not as high quality. I'll put them in orange and then just add them to the secondary watch list probably tomorrow. But for right now, it's just flagging loads of different pairs, anything that catches my eye and anything that could develop over the next few days as market opens on Sunday evening. So that's what I'm going to do right now. You'll probably see a few clips of me doing that, and then after I've done that, I'm going to talk you through what I've flagged and how I've done that. So it's around about 25-30 minutes later, and I'm pretty much done, to be fair. Not too much to go through. Been through the pairs, they look good, to be fair. This week's been slightly slower, but once again, did capitalize on some opportunities, so that was good. So this week I took 1 win on Eurodollar and then 2 losses, so it is what it is. But good week overall, the win outweighed the losses, so yeah, good week overall in the markets, and next week looks pretty good as well. But yeah, I'm going to talk you through a few things, and then I'll show you kind of what pairs I've flagged and why I've flagged those certain pairs. But to keep things simple, a couple of things to kind of point out is that number one is that it's important to realize that this takes discipline. It's not easy to show up every single week and do this. However, at the same time, it is if you love it. It literally is really easy if you're so keen to jump on the charts and you really love this kind of game. For me, I do. Like, I love jumping on the charts. I love trading in itself. I love Forex. So this for me is like effortless. But for some people, if you saw this as a job, or you didn't like it, or you were trying to force yourself to make money in other ways because you didn't really enjoy this, then that's when it becomes hard, because you don't want to be in the charts in the first place. Then you're forcing yourself to do back testing, you're forcing yourself to do all these different things that really you don't want to do. You'd rather watch a TV series, or you'd rather watch a movie on Netflix instead on your Friday evening, where for me, like, I love this. It's pretty much my bread and butter. Like, I like this stuff, so this is no problem at all, me spending my Friday night, my Saturday night on the charts prepping for the week ahead, because I see that vision of where that's going to take me in a year's time, or forget a year, 3 months time. So yeah, things are coming into reality pretty quickly right now. I'm seeing where I'm going to be in 3 months, seeing where I'm going to be in 6 months, and it's added that extra driving force for me as well. There's a few things happened recently that have a few of the people around me seeing results and stuff, and it's just very, very motivating, especially for myself as well. And I've hit a few good milestones, so it's kind of driven me on to actually just push forward now. So yeah, just excited, man. But yeah, it's pretty much very, very simple. That literally took me 25-30 minutes, and we're going to show you exactly what that kind of entails right now. So let's get into that straight away. So this is pretty much what I was talking about. So as you can see on the right hand side just here, you can see that I've got Aussie dollar flagged in red, Euro yen flagged in red, Euro dollar flagged in red. Just taking a few pairs off, and just looking at this overall list, I've got a few pairs flagged and then some indices as well. So pretty much got 10 pairs plus 2 indices flagged. So I know what I'm looking for to a certain extent for the week ahead. And here's the key thing as well. I'll spend more time on things like Aussie dollar, pound Aussie, if they are shaping up nicely and if they are looking prime for the week ahead. In cases like Aussie yen, pound CAD, pound yen, because they've already moved and I'm not really looking at anything for the week ahead, I'll literally spend a couple minutes analysing that, and then I'll just move on, because there's no need to waste my attention on pairs that maybe a couple of weeks away, or at least a week away, because it's just not worth it. So move on pretty quickly in those situations, and then just spend more time on pairs that could be a few hours away after market open, or a few days away, because that's what's more relevant to me right now. But as you can see, got a few pairs different highlighted, and that's pretty much my foundation for the week ahead. So the main pairs that I'm looking at are dollar related pairs. The reason being is that if we just look at the DXY from a high time frame point of view, this could do a few things. You know, it's going to take time to play out. From a lower time frame perspective, if TradingView wants to hurry up and load, what we've got is this corrective nature. So price is pushed up, starting to form this can trend move to the upside. However, price is very corrective. As you can see, every time price breaks the high, we keep retracing, and it's not really moving too much, especially in this area of direction here. So it hasn't really moved at all. I see this coming to the downside, which means that in reverse, with it being inverse correlation, euro dollar is likely to move to the upside. If this suddenly drops down, then I'm going to remain a neutral bias, and I'll be looking to sell that. However, based on this corrective nature here, and based on this reversal structure that we are forming, this descending channel, and once again, opposite to the DXY, if I just make sure this is blue so we can actually see that. So what are we getting? So every time we break the low, we're retracing, break the low, retracing, break the low, retracing. So this just highlights a clear descending channel to move to the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. So wait for the first impulse here, and then I'll be looking for the first flags, first corrections, to then get involved in that trade to the upside. So that's a trade that I will be looking at for the week ahead. Eurodollar long, that's probably going to be my prime focus. Apart from, you know, things like euro yen. Euro yen's pretty similar. I prefer euro dollar, but euro yen's pretty similar in respect that, once again, we've got a D10 information, pretty corrective, looking for a push to the upside to then get long on that. Aussie dollar, Kiwi CAD, dollar CAD, pretty similar. Dollar CAD looking for a sell. So yeah, pretty similar across the board. They're looking pretty prime, but the main watch for me for the week ahead will be euro dollar and euro yen, and then eyeing up a few different pairs like, you know, CAD yen, dollar yen if they develop, but they just need a few more days. So yeah, so pretty much the process that I'm going to do right now is pretty simple. This is going to be tomorrow now, so I've got the foundation. So Friday night for me is pretty much just going through all these different pairs, analysing them from top to bottom, and then just flagging the pairs for tomorrow. Not going to form any sort of watch list today. That's going to be tomorrow, and we'll kind of evolve the process from then. So pretty much finished off with the watch list. As you can see, it's very quick. It's a very quick process. I know what I'm looking for. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It doesn't take me 3-4 hours. It takes me half an hour, 40 minutes max to do this. And tomorrow is going to be the detailed work, don't get me wrong. Friday night's pretty simple though. Doesn't take long at all. But yeah, I pretty much finished up. So it's currently just about to go 9:45, and it's just going dark here in the UK. So pretty much done for the night, really. Gonna be getting on with a few different things, but this is just non-trade related stuff. It's just in regards to a few different other goals. But yeah, I'm gonna be joining you tomorrow morning, which is Saturday. I love Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings for me is like the bread and butter. I really put things in place in terms of like, just digging into myself, figuring out how my performance was last week. So ASR related, which is advanced self-review, which I'm gonna show you, market breakdown, put a few documents in place, how I can move forward, putting a few different analyzing key points in place for the next week to make sure I improve, and any areas that I need to work on, kind of this sort of stuff. So pretty important. If I don't get it right on Saturday and Sunday, the next week is going to be slack. So Saturday and Sunday is key for me to put a very good foundation in place, which I'll make sure I do. So that's definitely stepped up recently since stepping away from everything and just doing my own thing. So that's definitely helped. But yeah, gonna check out with you right now. I'm gonna get some sleep and check in with you tomorrow morning. So see you then. Look at that damn grow, man. Looking clean. With